Hello, everyone. We are now in module 6. I'm very excited. We're really moving along quickly here. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you so we can go into the module. We'll address the slide deck in a few moments here. But let's go ahead and take a look at where are we right now in the modules. Right here, module 6, curiosity and passion. And we can see that we have some reading we need to do. And we have the slide deck that I will go over with you. And then we have some resources, and then there are assignments due. One is the new exam review sheet for exam number 2. You want to start completing that now in module 6. So add whatever content pertains from module 6 and place it on that review sheet. There's an assignment. It's a discussion post, which is, I think you'll find is fun and enjoyable. If you have seen the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma, then you will know what this is about. It's not the documentary. It is an interview with the producers. And I have you going in there, reviewing the videos within the course, and then adding your own video or document or report, whatever it may be, that either is in opposition of it or is in agreement with it. So you decide how you want to do that. Okay, so now, and then we have an assignment that is not due to module 8, but again, you want to start collecting data from module 6, some of that information, so you can be ready for that assignment in module 8. Better to have it, plan it out each module so it's not overwhelming when we reach module 8. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the overview of the objectives. So for this module, it is to identify the social and economic impact of entrepreneurs to society, and also identify to create value for others and record them in a journal. And that's what one of the assignments over the span of this section of the syllabus entails. Okay, so now we can see the activities that we have and the assignments I've already gone over. Let's go ahead and get started with the slide deck. So for here, curiosity and passion, right? Two very important topics that drives entrepreneurship. So when we look at curiosity, it's really a very strong desire to learn. And have you found yourself in a situation where you're looking to learn something new and you really enjoy it? It's just like, this is fun, I like it. And I'm growing as I'm learning. Now, when I was getting my undergraduate degree, there were some topics that I did not like at all. And I had to read several textbooks that were dry, in my opinion. I didn't care for the topic. I didn't really care for the textbook at all. But what I did was I tricked myself into believing that what I was reading was interesting. And all I did was just tell myself out loud, I spoke out loud and said, this is the most interesting thing I've ever read. And I had to say it a couple of times. And it really became interesting. And so I'm tricking my mind, I'm creating some connections in my brain and to be receptive to the reading that originally I thought was boring. I didn't want to do it, but then it became interesting. And then I couldn't put the book down. I wanted to read more and more, and I wanted to gain more knowledge on that topic. It's an interesting phenomenon. Okay, so here the science of curiosity stems from the limbic system. Okay, it is here in this very section, the center of the brain is the ventral tegmental area. And so I think most of you know about dopamine. That is the area that the enzyme that actually helps you to fulfills enjoyment, right? So when we do something that feels good, like even checking something off a list that you've completed, you get a little rush of dopamine. And there are many other things that we do to have that dopamine rush. But so it ties in with our curiosity. So please keep that in mind. All right, let's look beyond here. I have to move this out of the way here. So what is the importance of being curious and, having a curious mind? So certainly we tend to retain things much better when we are curious, when we're interested in what we're reading or what we're studying. And it also helps in our learning process, right? So the idea that I had given you, what I did with my very boring textbooks, worked to be incredibly well for me. I really enjoyed it. And then of course, I perform well in the course as well. Okay, it also helps you with your own personal growth, right? So it's wonderful for learning. And then, but your own personal growth, you can make connections, better able to make connections with others. And let's just go a little bit further here and look at situations where we gain insight. Now here, if you haven't heard of Simon Sinek, he's come out with the why of a business, why a business exists. And please do review this video. It is under the resources, so you can open it up. I'm not going to play it for you here. I'm just going to go through the slide deck. But please do view the video. It's rather enlightening if you haven't heard this TED Talk before. And let's see how you rate the video. When I presented this in class, in the ground class just this semester, students really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping you will enjoy it as well. All right, I have a question for you regarding curiosity. So at what age do we ask the most questions? Most people say, well, at a young age, right? So what is that age? That age is an average of 4 years old and asking 300 questions a day. I know all about that because I have grandchildren. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they are very inquisitive. And I think it's wonderful that they're asking so many questions. What age do children or people stop asking questions? And what do you think that might be? It is actually age 5, because they're told to listen rather than ask. They start school classes, they're listening to the teacher, and they're not really have the opportunity to ask a lot of questions. And that's unfortunate. So we want to maintain that curiosity that we have. And those of us who have kind of lost it a little bit, it would be good for us to gain it back. So how do we go about doing that? So, incidentally, some of the tough questions as to why, the issue of children asking questions and parents not being able to answer them, and then they have teachers that they have to listen to the teacher, right? So questions like, why is water wet? Where does the sky end? Interesting questions that you have to come up. I mean, you can, but at the age of 4, they may not be able to comprehend your explanation of why water's wet and why the sky, the sky, where does it end? It doesn't. What are shadows made of? That one, you could probably explain that too. But at that age, it is difficult to comprehend and grasp the idea and the information that you're providing, because you start to get technical. Oh, how do fish breathe underwater and why is the sky blue? Interesting questions, right? These are common questions that young children ask. Now let's talk about passion a little bit. So you do want to follow your passion. And as a matter of fact, when you watch the Simon Sinek video and you see Simon Sinek, why a business is in business, that is what drives the business. So that is the passion behind whatever product or service the company offers. I'll give you an example here. I'd mentioned my son and daughter-in-law own a company called Dino Bars. And this is a very natural, healthy food snack for young children, 9 months old and up. And that is, it's a wonderful, and it's also no sticky fingers. So it has other benefits. Parents can take it in the car with them and they don't have to worry about a mess in the car. And the children really do enjoy it. But it's not just the bar that my son and daughter-in-law create and distribute. It's not just the bar. Their mission, their passion is to help children to eat healthier. And so that's what drives them in their business. That is their passion. And they will be coming out with other products and services for children that stems around that mission, that passion, right? So they really want children to eat healthy. Well, they have this bar to help them eat healthy, and they'll be coming out with other products as well to help children eat healthy. Okay, so keep that in mind too when you're watching the Simon Sinek video. So your passion, it's your drive, ambition. What do you love to do? Think about things that really matter the most to you. What's important? And if you're in the position of, well, I'm not so sure that I have a passion right now, I'm trying to figure out what that is, and that's why I'm here, I can understand that thinking. But think back when you were a child, what excited you then? And perhaps you can tie into something. Or just be open and be receptive to things that you have going on in your life and something you can tie into to create passion. Okay, so it's certainly more effective than many other things. Certainly pursuing accolades, but just in itself, it's very healthy for you to have curiosity and passion. It really drives you forward, right? And here's a nice quote by Nelson Mandela. You can go ahead and take a look at that. Here are some of the benefits of passion. When you have passion, you're working and driving towards something important to you that you're passionate about. It's really very good for brain health. It helps to make those connections. It helps to improve memory and mental agility. So you're able to do more things. It helps sleep quality. Now, these are results of studies. And here's more here: lower blood pressure, lower risk of heart disease, and lower stress and depression. So really wonderful information here just by being passionate and pursuing something. This is rather interesting. Ikigai is the term, a Japanese term, which means a reason for living. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but please take a look at it, dissect it a little bit, and see how it applies to you. And if you can have this nice holistic view of your reason for being. Okay, next, passion and grit. So what is grit? Grit is sort of a determination, right? It's that drive, that determination, that perseverance in doing something, not giving up. Many entrepreneurs have that quite extensively. Here is a wonderful video here by Angela Duckworth, and the video is also under the resources. So go ahead, please view that. It's a brief video. I think you'll enjoy it. Passion and perseverance towards long-term goals, right? What matters more? Grit matters more than IQ is what her research has concluded. And certainly successful entrepreneurs have an enormous amount of grit, as I mentioned. Okay, so now just a quick review here, discovering your passion. Think of how you can be most passionate. What are you most passionate about? Perhaps if you need some ideas, inventory your own talents. Think about, what am I talented in and what do I really enjoy doing? Well, there's a sports activity, dancing, something. What is it that you like? Drawing, art, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, you may not think of it as a business, just think of what drives you, what's really important to you. Things that you do and then you lose track of time. Obviously, you are passionate about whatever it is you're doing if you're losing track of time, and that you don't want to stop doing, of course. And so pay attention also to what makes you envious. If you see something, you're like, wow, I really wish I could do that. Perhaps look into that a little bit more. Maybe that is an area that you can dive into. And then, consider your passion as a hunt for fun and enjoyment and an adventure. As I mentioned earlier, think of what you love to do as a child. That can also help you with your passion area. All right, so now we've finished with this slide deck here. Stay open to new experiences. All right, so now what I would like to do is go ahead and look at the rest of the module. Okay, so in module 6, we just went over, we have the reading, so we're doing our reading on All in Startup, chapters 1 through 6. And here's a curiosity handout that I think you'll find beneficial. So please go ahead and take a look at that. This is the slide deck we just went over. If you want to refresh your memory on that, or just take a look at it, maybe make notes, whatever you'd like to do. Here are the resources. And as I mentioned, we have, to start with, we have Angela Duckworth, and then we have Simon Sinek. Whoops, I didn't mean to turn that on. Let's turn that off. Okay, and then lastly, a very, very brief video, Seth Godin, and it is why we must stay curious. So very, very brief. I think it's a minute or two, and I think you'll enjoy that. Let's move on to the next section, right? So now we have the assignments. We have the review sheet that I'd mentioned. Open that up and start populating that with information from module 6. Go ahead, and the assignment 3, the social dilemma, is due by the 29th. It is a discussion post. There are several videos here for you to watch, not too long. And then you want to answer the questions here, right? So after viewing both videos, does the film make you rethink your relationship with your smartphone? Right? That's one question. Second, is there anything you would change after watching the film? Screen time, notifications, anything. Is there something that has motivated you to make a change with your cell phone? And we spoke about how informal institutions are difficult to overcome, right? That we had done that in the last module. Smartphone use is one of them, certainly is. The smartphone use is an informal institution. What opportunities do you see in a world where people are accustomed by the mobile device? So answer that, think about where we could evolve from this after viewing this information. Okay. So here are the discussion guidelines. You're going to answer those questions in one discussion post, not 3 discussion posts, just one. Put your information in. And then I'd like you to find either another video, a journal article, some type of paper, anything that you think is relevant, whether it supports this, refutes it, whatever it may be. If you're in disagreement, include that information and then just comment on it briefly. And then what I'd like you to do is respond to at least 2 of your peers' posts and their information. And you want to do that by Sunday. All right, so that is it. I believe that is it for, yes. Oh no, just the, lastly here, the 4th assignment. So you're going to open up this document, and then I would, because this is a discussion post, I would just start populating this a little bit. And then as you're populating it, you will have the information ready to go for your discussion post. Please go ahead and get it prepared rather than opening up your discussion post and adding to it. You need to have it in a Word document, and we're doing this over several modules, so there'll be quite a bit of time involved with this. But we can take a look at this and see what do we need to do, and how are we going to write our discussion post for this final module. Just very quickly here, I have made some minor tweaks here. I did extend the due date here until today for the exam, so please do take the exam by today. And then here we have the social dilemma discussion post is due by the 29th. It does not mean you have to wait till the 29th. Please do post it today or tomorrow, so you can have Sunday and Monday, the holiday weekend, you can enjoy that time. Then just start working on the other 2 items. Populate your review sheet. So when you do hand it in on June 8th, it's module 6 is complete. And then we will go on to module 7 starting Tuesday. All right, I think we're good to go. If you have any questions or any concerns at all, if there's anything that I can do to help you, please do reach out to me. I will be checking my inbox in Canvas over the weekend. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm glad to have a Zoom meeting with you or a telephone conversation if you need further clarity. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy this module.